Ellison from Hudson Valley Bookkeeping. We specialize in QuickBooks coaching for real estate investors. And in this video, I'm going to explain commercial leases. All right, let's get started. Hi, everybody. I'm Laurie Ellison from Hudson Valley Bookkeeping. In this video, we're going to talk about commercial leases, mostly about calculating CAM and different which is common area expenses, and just kind of going over the different leases. I speak to people a lot of times. They say, oh, I have a triple net lease. Even landlords will say they're triple net, but they actually aren't. So this is just kind of to explain. Sometimes everybody puts everything, if they're paying proportionate shares of expenses, and they all call them triple net, but they're actually a little different. So it's good to understand this. This is great for landlords or a new landlord or anyone trying to understand calculating. And I'll make a second video that shows calculating even more, but this is more of just an understanding of commercial leases. I have over 15 years experience with clients in calculating different CAM charges. So let's talk about it. Okay, let me just figure out how to scroll. Okay, the triple net. So one thing in real estate, everything is an acronym. So if you're new to real estate, you don't need to throw these around like this. Sometimes I hear people that are new and they're using lots of acronyms, but triple net is a very common term. And that means the tenant's going to pay the rent, property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. It's pretty much, it's not everything that has to do with the property, but everything that has to do with operating expenses. The landlord has minimal responsibilities, right? More just like any legal, accounting, and things like that. Okay. And this is normally in retail, industrial, standalone properties. It's just also office space, should have on here. So that means also there's a thing called a proportionate share. And that is, if your space, or if you're the person leasing the space, if you're 30% of the entire building, you're going to pay 30% of the property taxes, 30% of the insurance, and 30% of the maintenance fees. Okay. And another thing I should say is every lease is different. Every lease. And the other thing is there could be a cap. So just as I say a lot that I've never seen a property management contract, they never work exactly the same. Same thing in the leases. So sometimes there are caps on the amount that a tenant will have to pay. So that's the triple net. So you're paying everything basically except legal and capital improvements. So if the landlord, the real estate investor, is putting on a roof, that isn't part of the normal operating of the building. So the triple net lease is, normally there's a price per square foot, and then in addition to the price per square foot, you're going to then pay, or if you're the landlord, charge for these other things, this proportionate share. Regarding how it's built, usually it's done in an estimate. So the landlord will know generally what the property taxes, the maintenance, and so forth is, and then that is added on to your base rent bill. Or if you're the landlord, you're going to add that on. You don't want to wait until year end to charge your tenant for this, right? So, and then what happens is you do a CAM reconciliation once the year is over. So like January, we're January of 2025, this is a perfect time to be doing your CAM reconciliations. The other thing, if you are a tenant, you have the right to audit and ask for proof, or at least a breakdown of how you are being charged for your CAM. Okay. Double net. I never hear anyone talk about double net, and I've been around a long time, but tenant pays rent, property taxes, insurance, and then that's nothing else. So the landlord's going to cover the maintenance and common area. It's still the same thing though regarding the true up. So in real estate, everybody calls it a true up, okay, or CAM rec. You hear the term true up all the time, and that has to do with how much were you charged, or did you charge your tenant, and then what did it actually turn out to be. You really want to do these reconciliations right away in January, February at the latest. Don't wait. And even if you feel your tenants aren't doing well financially, do them anyway. It's built into the lease. You have expenses that are going up. The tenant plans, they've signed the lease. I watched this happen where I did like 3 years of reconciliation at once. And then it was really hard for the tenants to come up with all this money because suddenly they were getting like $30,000, $50,000, $75,000 in bills. So that also messed them up because they could have been taking that deduction, year over year. You have cash flow issues. That's why you want to always have a decent estimate on what you're charging. Okay. Again, retail, industrial, could be office too. Single net. Tenant pays rent plus property taxes, and the landlord's covering the other things. Honestly, I've not really seen this very much. Again, double net, single net. Base year lease. I do these all the time. These are not fun to figure out. But these are very common. I come from New York, and if my dad's watching, he's going to say, you come from Washington State, but I live in New York, and a lot of my clients are from New York. So base year lease. This is the most common one that I see. And it kind of protects the tenant in a certain way because the tenant's first year includes all of that. The landlord has built in, instead of paying, let's say $25 a foot plus expenses plus, right? It's a specific amount per month for that first year, and that's considered their base year. And so whatever the landlord's operating expenses were for that year, they only pay, that's like their baseline, right? So anything over that base year. So as taxes go up, they go from 20, God, the office building is going to have 100,000 in taxes, right? So let's say 100,000, and then it goes up 5,000. The tenant is only going to pay their proportionate share. That's the percentage of the building that they're in. What's the proportionate share in their lease, and only above base. So if it goes up 5,000, whatever their percentage times 5,000, that's how much they need to pay, at the true up. And again, as some of these leases that I've looked at are like 20-year leases, you need to then be adding in that estimated new base increase. So you're not giving your tenant a $30,000 bill in February. No one likes that. And after COVID, no one should ever not keep on top of this. If there's anything you should be doing, it's keeping on top of your CAM. And if you're using certain software, it's pretty darn easy. Like a lot of my clients like AppFolio and so forth, if you have a decent enough one. Yardi. Okay, so this establishes the baseline for operating expenses such as taxes, insurance, and maintenance. So again, it's anything over their base. So like it's going to say in the lease, okay, the base year is this, or the base year is going to finish, but you're going to know like you're only getting charged for the excess. So the pro rata share is based on the lease space relevant to the total building. So in the lease, it's going to say your pro rata share or your tenant's pro rata share is 30%. And sometimes when you add up all the leases, it doesn't equal 100%. Just know that. So it's going to be utilities, insurance, property taxes. It can be also things like security. There's a bunch of things, and like the payroll for any employees that are like on site managing, like a super for a building. I mean, I guess in like commercial buildings, you don't really call them supers, but they kind of are. Anything like that would be included in your common area maintenance. See, like that's the thing, like the thing CAM is common area maintenance, but then there's, the other things like taxes, insurance. So that's why in the slides, there's the different things. Modified gross lease. So it's a hybrid of the gross and net. So you split It's just like when you pick certain things that they're going to pay for and then other pieces that only the landlord's going to pay for. Okay, gross lease. This is the simplest for bookkeeping and for everybody. The landlord covers most or all operating expenses, and the tenant literally just pays rent and usually utilities. Um, yeah, shared commercial spaces, especially, I mean, this is the easiest because there's no real reconciliation at your end. Okay, I've seen this too. Tenant assumes all responsibilities, including taxes, insurance, and maintenance. Landlord has no financial risk. So this is kind of like if you're a landlord and you have like a Lowe's, right? So I've seen it with that. Um, like the Lowe's comes in, builds the building, takes care of everything, pays you back for the insurance, pays you back for the taxes, pretty much handles all the maintenance on their own. And then at a certain point, the way I've seen it and heard about it is that like then at the end of the lease, the real estate investor actually owns the building. So like this is why I'm saying Lowe's because it's like a single tenant property. Ground lease. I've never dealt with this. I'm just putting it in because it is one. So this is kind of like the Lowe's piece, except maybe this is the Lowe's piece. Tenant leases land and builds and maintains their own land improvements. Oh, this is the Lowe's. But here's the thing. Like with the Lowe's that I know, they still pay all of this too. So like the ground lease is kind of like an absolute net lease and a ground lease at the same time on the one scenario I was telling you about. But those are really easy to bill, right? And do. There's no true up. This one I thought is interesting. I see this a lot right now with the economy being kind of funny as it is. I see lots of pop-ups. They literally have it like in the window. It says pop-up. So there's not going to be any kind of cam or anything on these. Seasonal business, testing a new market. Okay, so those are the leases. I will put this PDF so you can download it if it's helpful. If you are looking for QuickBooks coaching or help with a CAM reconciliation or any type of net lease reconciliation, I work one-on-one with real estate investors. All right, have a great day.